We are the Wistl Family Adventures channel. Follow us on our chaotic and crazy adventures as we navigate life in a new country. Today, we finally get to give you a condo update, showing you around some of the changes to our living space, as well as the not so good parts of condo living. So welcome back to the Wistl Family Adventure channel. We are here in our condo today to give you an updated condo tour. We actually haven't done this since we first moved in, which was quite a while ago now, at least 7 months now coming up to. So we wanted to kind of show you updates, things that have happened around the place, things that still haven't happened, what we're kind of planning for the space, and if we're going to stay here long term, and how we feel in this city and also living in a smaller space. So here in the kitchen, not a lot has changed. I have already given you the update that we do have an oven, which is really nice, and on the top of the oven, Kev has been baking some bread. So as well as the oven, which is a nice new purchase, something that I would definitely recommend if you are in a 1-bedroom, because ovens aren't usually included because there's just no space. I don't know if that's true for 2-bedroom or bigger. Obviously, if you're in the province, these issues won't be your issues, but definitely invest in an oven because it's really important, and it's meant cooking for us has been incredibly easy. Things in the kitchen, they're kind of the same. We just have these really simple wood racks to put all of our washing up on. They were from Daiso. Yeah, and then a few of these utensils we either went to Super 50, was it Super 50? Or Daiso, because they're super cheap and they have done them really well. I mean, obviously we would like to kind of add more utensils to our kitchen so we can do more things and cook more different options for ourselves, but at the moment it works really well. We just have like some plastic cups. With kids in the condo, we try and stay away from glass because they are droppers. So you can't have kind of nice glass cups. Again, things like this we would love to update in the future, but at the moment the simplicity of how this space works is the best way we've been able to find to make it work, because this is literally our counter space where we cook. So it's literally just here is our prep station and then our washing up station. So there's really not a lot of space, but we do have the 2 hob stove as well. But unfortunately the lights on both sides of the temperature knobs have blown or they've gone. There used to be like a raised plastic cap with an orange light, and one of them actually burst. I don't know how, it just, I guess it like the fuse went or something, and the other one just recently went as well, which is really frustrating because we have tried to get it fixed, but they said apparently it costs more to do those 2 small things than it does for the whole hob set. So our landlord is just leaving that, which is fine. It doesn't make any difference to how the actual hob works, but it's just little things like that that are kind of starting to break down already, which is a bit frustrating. Here is where we keep our water tank. We get one of these really big ones because it's super economical and it's about 50 pesos a time. Now it's coming up to summer though, we are finding that we're using and going through a lot more water, consuming it obviously because we want our kids and us to stay as hydrated as possible. Up here is the pull-out extraction fan, which how long did it take us to work out how this worked? The guard actually came upstairs because we were cooking and we didn't have it on because we had no idea, because there's no obvious buttons or anything to work it, and we have to actually pull it out, and then the buttons are just here, and the light is there as well, but again, unfortunately the bulb just burst on that too, so that's another thing that we don't have working at the moment. We have all this storage space up here, which is where all of our pantry stuff is, and all the storage down here is where we usually keep like cleaning things, extra bags from SM and stuff like that. It's super boring. Our dustpan and brushes in there as well, and then the bin we have no solution for yet. We just literally hang a plastic bag on the door handle. Another thing that maybe we're trying to sort out, but literally if you look at the space behind you, you would understand there's absolutely nowhere to put a bin, unless maybe we think of one where you get it and you open the door and it hangs on the door. Not thought about that yet, but haven't seen one of those yet, but maybe in the future. Quick cupboard tour. This is Kev's pantry. He collects jars and labels them and puts all of our spices and things in, spices, seasonings, that's it. And then we have our bread starter, which we've been making bread out of because I've been really struggling to find yeast in this country. It's not easily available. So we make our own kind of starter, but it's good for fresh, delicious bread. And then the kids' bottles and the smoothie maker machine is just here. Bits and bobs just in the cupboard. So this is like stage 1 of pantry life. Our little cupboard looking beautiful, and then it gets to stage 2 where we basically give up and just throw everything in, and it also houses all of our very naughty snack foods that we really enjoy, especially like things like the hot cake mix, best pancake box ever, gardenia. Someone said the other day that we buy our bread from Wildflower. We don't. We buy gardenia, and here's the proof, sir. That's there, okay? It's right there. We have like an old box of champorado. We have like 15 different bags of crisps that are all open at once. That's a Kevin thing. He does that all the time. I've got like some peanut cookies at the back. But yeah, basically giant mess. Lovely, messy, lovely, messy, lovely. You get the point. So this is the bathroom, and a few things I have actually changed in here. Firstly, we have like this mirror, which has come in. We've had it for like a couple of months, and it's like got some storage in it as well. It's not like the prettiest option, but it's functional and it works really well. So we have all of our toiletries on there. We have our little toothbrush holder and our soap dish that we got from Salcedo, which is really sweet. My toiletries are here, and then we also hooked up our towels because we were literally putting them on the door, and found that just wasn't working for us. So we bought some cheap stick-on hooks just to keep them out of the way, and it makes them dry easier. Another little update is the bidet. This literally just got installed a couple of days ago, and it's really powerful. That will blow your bum off. One of the biggest issues in our condo at the moment is that our shower currently doesn't really work. It broke. It leaks from all of the electrical box, and it's also hanging off the wall. We've had multiple people come and look at it, and the last person that came in actually did a proper job and realised that the installation of the shower itself was never put in properly. So cold shower as it is for the meantime. In the summer, not so bad, but when you just want something like a warm, relaxing shower, it's not. We don't have that available. So through here is the living room. So these are our fans. We have 2 that we invested in. We literally just picked these up from the SM store downstairs, because our electricity bill was starting to creep up a little bit higher, and now that summer is starting to really come in full force, you can really feel it in the condo, if I'm being honest. These have been really important, and also because the air conditioning is only from our room at the top of the window, it doesn't kind of come through enough for the kids at night time. So this is their kind of night fan. The TV unit is still here, as well as the coffee table. Again, this is not my perfect setup. We are living with more furniture than we need at the moment, and it's not the way I would have it laid out. It's just the way that works that gives us the most floor space as well. So another new update we have is with our TV. I think I've mentioned this before, this isn't a smart TV, which means that it only plays Filipino content, news, normal stations. So we asked our landlord very kindly if there was a way we could either update the telly to a smart TV or find a way to turn it into a smart TV as cheaply as possible. And Kev and our landlord both figured out that we could get one of these little sticks. And what they do is they're plugged into the Wi-Fi, and it means that we can attach that to the telly, and we can watch things like Netflix again and YouTube on the TV, because we've literally just been using my iPad on a chair in the middle of the room. So this has made a huge difference to our living space, because we can have this now for when we really need it, or when we want to spend time as a family and watch a show together, which we haven't been able to do for a really long time. We still have the art on the walls. Again, a lot of the things in this condo are very dark. The floor is very dark, the walls are very dark, the wood is very dark, and now the painting is very dark. So eventually maybe get them switched out, but they're just there for the meantime. The coffee table is actually the toy dumping zone. So as you can see, the kids have made a masterpiece of where they dump and drop all toys. They seem to drop and live here, and that's where they stay for days. Despite me asking to make it look a little bit more presentable, even for a vlog like today, this is their work. So enjoy it, because this is what living here is like. It's a mess with children with toys. Eventually, I think moving this and getting like a big toy basket where they can just throw things in it would work perfectly. And here we have sofa corner. We have plenty of options to sit if we ever had any guests in here. We have so many places for you guys to sit. I have sofas galore and chairs as well. This was actually the old sofa. It was a corner unit, so it's in 2 pieces and the other piece is in our room. But for now, unfortunately, because it's still not been sold or moved, it's still here, and I feel like once that's gone, hopefully we can have a bit more space to play around with and add what we really need to make this a much more functional space. But this is the kids' sofa bed. It's okay, it's not my taste, and also the mattress, obviously being in Asia, is incredibly thin. And lastly is our bedroom. And there's been a few changes in here, but more like personal ones rather than functionality things. This is the table and chair that we moved actually from the living room and then put in here. And if you remember, our bedroom, actually the layout was completely different. We've actually put the bed horizontally in the room so that now it's facing out towards the window, whereas before it was vertical across here. So if you want to see that video and kind of get a good idea of what it used to look like, then the link will be above. But that's how the room officially was, and even the carpet in here was actually in the living room. But because that's where we eat and the kids eat, if you have children, don't get carpets, don't get rugs. It just doesn't work very well. So we moved the carpet quite quickly once we moved in, just to get it out of the living room and away from any food or any of that stuff. So this is realistically my space. So it's where I paint, it's where I work. That's why everything's kind of all out, because I'm always constantly using things at the time. So there's no point in putting it anywhere else at the moment. I don't really have much storage space for things, but I kind of try and make it work. So all my art stuff is always out, basically. I've always got like palettes, I've got sketchbooks. This is a book that was sent to us from a lovely subscriber for Kev to do some Filipino cooking, so give us a thumbs up if you want to see that. We've also got like my books. I don't try and keep a lot of books in the house because they are big and they take up space, but ones that I'm currently reading will be there. I also have some really interesting trinkets which I've never shown you guys. So this is actually a piece of blue coral that we found on the beach of Batangas, which was really cool. Ellen actually found this for me, so we have this to remind us of our journey there. I also have this is really random, but I have this green stone because I thought like it's really interesting colour. Green's my favourite colour, and this is actually from our favourite beach back at home in the UK. So it's a little bit of home that I've got with me as well. And I also have a shell from that same beach. So these kind of go everywhere with me. I know it's really random. I really like things that are from like nature because they always remind me of different pieces of my life. We also have like our electronics, so our speakers here. I got this for Kev for Christmas so we can listen to music, or we can kind of have like a movie night. The Osmo camera just sits on there as well. I have my brushes out, I have my paint out. We have extra electronics that are just there for the kids. And then in this bag here is a bag of secrets. It's where basically all my art supplies live. I don't have really any shelving space at the moment or anything like that, maybe in the future, but for now they just stay in the bag. Keeps them kind of neat and contained because there's a lot of stuff in there, but it's stuff I really didn't want to let go of because art supplies are expensive, if you know that. If you paint or do it recreationally, you'll know that they do cost a lot of money, and I didn't want to let that go. But we have added some artwork onto the walls. Now this isn't original artworks, these are actually like diamond paintings. I got a little bit obsessed. Diana from Mamiana got Ella a diamond kit for Christmas, and I kind of got a bit obsessed with it. So Kev got me a few kits for my birthday and for Christmas this year, and I've just kind of been working away slowly. They're really, really good for anxiety and mental health. So if you have like, they're kind of like colouring books as well. So if you want like a quiet moment to yourself and you want to just do a kind of thoughtless task, it's like really good therapy. It's good stuff. So I have those on the wall now, and I finally got them up. We just use those pull tabs to stick them on so that we don't damage anything, because obviously we can't put nails in the walls and stuff like that because we're renting. And then probably one of the best parts of our whole house is the view. So the view is incredible. We got to watch our firework night from here for New Year's. We've been able to see the sunrise every single day. We're so lucky that the sunrise is directly in front of us. Not always a great thing because we end up getting like seriously hot in the morning because the sun comes right over, but it is a really spectacular view. We also see bits of Rockwell when it lights up, and we just get to see like Makati skyline from like really close up, which is incredible, and something that really drew us to being in this condominium space. Rosa is still with us. She's a little bit withered. I'm trying to take care of her as best as I can. The lady that actually sold her to me in the Gatsby said that she doesn't need watering, she just needs to be sprayed. But a lot of her branches is kind of limping. I don't know if she needs a bit more water or I've watered her too much. I can't work it out at the moment, but we're trying to keep her surviving. But she has done really well. We've had her since before Christmas, and she's still there, but she just looks a little bit limp. So we need to sort that out. So right down here on the floor is another space I would like to change / update, and that is my bedside corner. We only have one bedside corner because the other side faces the window, and there's no space there. But literally all my electronics, books, tablets is kind of like the charging station, because one thing I've noticed in the Philippines is that charging plug sockets are very scarce, especially in condos. There's not many outlets, so you have to get like extension leads, etc., which we do have to make charging work, because we have a lot of stuff to charge. We are vloggers, we have cameras, we also have kids that have tablets and all sorts of bits and bobs. So this is kind of like the only charging station, and I would love to get like a bedside table and a lamp, because we only use the main light, which doesn't have like a dimmer or anything, so it's always like super bright at night time. But this is another space that I would love to update eventually. But at the moment, this is the realistic side of it. It looks like this. Between the wardrobe and the desk is where our laundry lives. We have no laundry basket, nor do we have the space for it. So it lives in a bag under the chair, and it's kind of out the way, and it's not unsightly or ugly looking. That's where the laundry lives. So the last bit of space in this room is where the other corner sofa is, as well as our second fan, which we have on us directly when we're sleeping, which is really helpful as well to keep us cool. But that is basically our realistic updated condo tour. Well, why did you break it?
You oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy. I can't oopsie daisy fix it at the moment, but wait a little bit, I'll do it in a minute because I don't know what you've done. Alright?
Yeah,
So we know this is a little bit of a smaller space for 5 people, and we know that being in Makati isn't obviously the cheapest option. It's still cheaper by far than other cities, especially BGC. We get quite a great deal here, but compared to obviously a province life, which is going to be cheaper and a lot more spacious, we know that being here just works for us just a bit better for the meantime because of the accessibility of the area, i.e. we can get around easily without a car. We also have amenities such as the swimming pool and the outdoor space downstairs, as well as the whole city in front of us if we want to go out, explore the malls and just be outside for a while. We also just really love city life. It's really working for us at the moment. I do crave the beach and the nature, obviously I do. That's just going to be a challenge and a choice for another day. I think for now we're happy where we are, and I think with a few tweaks and maybe a visit to IKEA eventually. I know I said maybe we'll do that last time, but to be honest I think we've been holding back just in case. But I think we're slowly building it up to be our own home. It's just going to take a lot more time than other people. We don't live in a luxurious area or a luxurious space. We make it our own. This is why it is a realistic condo tour. We live with 3 children, it is messy, it gets dirty. Another perk of condo living is the fact that when you're in a small space, the dust and debris collects like mad. And when you don't have a Hoover to get it off quickly, it just kind of collects. So what we do is we just do this, we push it, and then we throw it behind something so you never see it. Things get damaged. Life is just here in our space and we try and make it work. But maybe eventually province life, but for now this does work for us. So I know we're going to get a lot of comments saying we should be in the province, but I think that's going to take a lot longer to sort out or look around for the best place, because we haven't been here that long and seen that many areas of Luzon or the Visayas region. We just want to take our time with that decision. So we hope you really enjoyed today's video. We really love showing you around and showing you what's changed and all the kind of things that are happening here. because we haven't really filmed in our condo for a long time. But that is basically our condo space. So if you really liked this video, and I hope you really did, then let us know in the comments below. Don't forget, on YouTube we are doing our shorts where we pick comments from you guys to react to, and if you're not following us on Instagram, we are also doing mini vlogs and multiple different bits of content, live updates, things like that. So please go and follow us over there as well, because a lot of you aren't at the moment, so please do that. But yes, we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Salamat po.